Krishna prema pranayate Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya namne gauradvishe He Krishna karuna sindhu dinabandhu jagatpate Gopesha gopika kanta radha kanta namostute Tapta kanchana gaurangi radhe vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute devi pranamami haripriya Bhaktya vihina parada lakshe kshiptasya kamadita rangamadye Kripa mayitam sharanam prapanna Vinde namaste charanarvindam Vajami radham aravindanetram Smarami radham madhurasmitasyam Vadami radham karuna varadram Tato mamanyasti gatir nakapi Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my Sastananda Pranams, down of time, the Lord Sweet of Shri Paramaradhitam Guru Parapadma. I'm Vishnu Par, Stotra Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev. Secondly, I offer my Sastananda Pranams, down of time, the Lord Sweet of Shri Rupa, the Holy Guru Bhagavan. And they offer my Sastananda Pranams to all the Sambhu Vaishnava, the Vaishnavi. Shri Guru Darsana, Navadvipa parikrama, Antardvip. On the sixth day, the parikrama party went to Antardvip and Simantadvip. The creator of the universe, Brahma, underwent austerities in Antardvip at the village of Atapuragram. He sought forgiveness for the offense he made in Krishna's pastimes by kidnapping the calves and cowherd boys. Brahma condemned the prospect of being born as the creator if it meant becoming proud and offensive to the Lord. Mahaprabhu appeared before Brahma and placed his feet on his head, pleading to the Lord for pardon. Brahma prayed for a birth in which his conceit of being the creator would be eradicated. Mahaprabhu said, "So be it. You will be born in the home of a Muslim. You will chant 3 lakhs of Harinam daily and will reside in Navadvipa. I will appear in this very place to taste Bhakti Rasa and distribute it through Sankirtan. You will then assist me in my Leela." So that is Brahma. He became known as Brahma Haridas, Adi Guru Brahma. He had some pride had come into his heart. Mahaprabhu tells, in his instructions to Sanatana Goswami, he tells astonishing pastime about Brahma and how one time some pride came in his heart and Krishna thought, how can I relieve him of his pride? So Brahma himself thought that everyone is dependent on me for this creation. But I'm not. But people do not acknowledge that. So he went to Lord Vishnu and he said, "I have been working very, very hard. He said, maybe for 1 or 2 weeks I could take some day off, leave off. Then you could manage everything on my behalf." And then this way he was thinking that, I'll put the responsibility to someone else, to Vishnu, anyone, then they'll see how much hard work that I do. Then they'll understand what kind of responsibility I take up. Then they'll receive proper respect. So Brahma was thinking in this way, and Vishnu said, "No problem." This pastime I'm explaining a bit of a variation from the one that Mahaprabhu told. heard from Vaishnava. but the idea is the same. So, Brahma, as he was leaving Vaikuntha, and he was on his way back to Satyalok. Then he saw, and he arrived, and he was walking towards his Sabha, his main hall. That time he saw someone riding on a swan very, very fast, going past him, and proceeding to that hall. That person had many heads, but he couldn't see very clearly who it was. He said, well, who was that? Then another one came, looking exactly the same on a swan. And he also had many, many heads. And he went towards that hall. He's like, did I see what I just saw? That looks like a replica of me. Then he turned around and he saw a Brahma coming. This Brahma had 16 heads. And somehow by great difficulty he stopped him. He said, where are you going? So where are you rushing towards? He said, oh, I don't have time, let me go. I heard the post of Brahma has now become vacant. The Brahma post has become vacant. And he took off. Then finally he stopped another Brahma, another 32-head Brahma. He said, where are you going? Where are you going? Tell me. Oh, Brahma's post has become vacant now. And therefore I'm going to seek that post. He said, but how has it become vacant? He said, I am Brahma. I have not given up my post. He said, oh, you are Brahma, so you are the one. He said, yes, before I used to think like you. So I was so very proud of my 32 heads. And I was taking care of a universe much larger than this one. And I also thought, oh, people are not respecting me. And I thought, oh, I'll let Bhagavan, I'll let the Lord him take care of this responsibility sometime, then he'll understand the weight of this responsibility. Then I'll receive proper respect. And ever since then, I've been without the job. Now I heard that there's one post vacant now I'm going to apply for that. So then he took off. Then Brahma, he went running, he went into the Sabha. And then when he entered into the Sabha, what did he see there? So there are thousands and thousands of Brahmas there. So many of them. And they were all standing there. And the Lord Narayan and Garuda and Lakshmi, they were present in the hall. And all of those Brahmas, they bowed down simultaneously to Lord Narayan. And as they bowed down, their helmets made sound. Tumultuous sound. They hit the floor. And they were all offering stutis to the Lord. Then Brahma, he realized, oh, it seems like I have made a mistake. Depending on the size of the universe, one Brahma will have that many heads. The bigger the universe, the more heads he needs to create him and take care of that universe. So this Chaturmukh Brahma, he only has 4 heads. Why? Because the universe is not so big. It's comparably small to other universes, to other Brahmandas. And this way, Brahma, and this way he came and he saw. Not only were there thousands and thousands of Brahmas, but there were thousands and thousands of Shivas also there. And so many other demigods, they were all offering stuti and praise to the Lord. So then Lord Brahma, he realized, oh, how insignificant I am. And really, for the Lord to create, maintain and destroy, this is nothing for him. It's the snap of his fingers, he can do all of this. I became proud just because I am controlling and managing this universe, I'm the creator of this universe. He became ashamed. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this pastime to Sanatana Goswami Pad. But we know later that still Brahma, when he was observing the pastimes of Lord Krishna in Braj, then due to the Yogamaya potency of the Lord Brahma, he couldn't recognize and understand who is Krishna. Like Indra couldn't understand, and he attacked Braj 7 days and 7 nights. Then he had to beg forgiveness. Similarly, Brahma, he was watching the pastimes of Krishna. And what did he see? after Krishna had killed Aghasur, he saw that the soul, the Atma of Aghasur entered into the body of Krishna. Then he was wondering, how is that possible? This is an ordinary cowherd boy playing with his friends. How is that the soul, the Atma of Aghasur entered into the lotus feet of Krishna? Who is this Krishna? Better I test, better I find out. So then he went and he stole all the calves and the cowherd boys. He hid them in a cave. And meanwhile Krishna, he was performing his pastimes, and he came and he saw, there were no cowherd boys anywhere, there were no cows anywhere. So this is a big problem. We go back to the village, and what will mother say? What will all the Gopal and Gopis say? So then, unable to find them, then Krishna from his body, he replicated them all by his potency. And this way he returned back to the village. This way, meanwhile Brahma, after he had stolen the calves and cows, he had left from there. And he went back to Satyalok, Brahmalok. As he was entering his palace, then the guard there stopped him. He said, "Hey, where are you going?" He said, "Where am I going? Don't you know who I am? I'm Brahma. I'm going into my palace." No, you cannot come inside here. Go away. You're an imposter. Leave at once before we arrest you. I'm an imposter. Brahma, we are laughing. Must be some kind of mistake. Maybe this guard has gone mad. He tried to go into another gate, and again the guards there stopped him. He said, the imposter has come here. We were warned. We were warned of your coming. You show your face here, another time, one more time, we're going to arrest you. Then Brahma, he came to the edge of the Sabha. He was looking over the guards, he was looking in. He saw that far on the back end of the Sabha, on the throne, he saw that there was a four-headed personality of Brahma, he was sitting there on the throne. He became perplexed. And he realized, something is wrong now. I just gone to earth and stolen all the cowherd boys and calves and cows. And I came here, now again I'm losing my post. And then he realized, I've made a mistake. And then he went flying back to earth. And there, what did he see? He saw Krishna and all the cowherd boys and the calves, just like before. They were going out, performing their pastimes, laughing, joking, and sporting and eating. And then he realized, I screwed up. I did it again. So then he went, at an opportune time when Krishna was by himself, a little bit to the side, he came and he manifested there. He took all arati paraphernalia, everything, and he started offering so many stutis, vandana. And he started offering arati to Krishna. I have made a mistake. Please forgive me. You are the supreme controller. And many, many nice verses he offered actually. These prayers that Brahma offered after he had been trying to pass away Krishna, these are known as Brahma Stuti. These are very, very famous verses. So many of these verses are Acharya Guru Varga quote a lot, all the time. Whenever they give Harikatha. He starts by No Midyate Abra Vapushet Hariram Piraya Gunjavatansa Paripichala Sanmukaya Vanyasa Jakavala Vedda Vishana Venu Lakshmashya Midupade Pashupanga Jaya. He said, No Midyate Abra Vapushet Hariram Piraya. Oh my Lord, I feel my respects unto you. Your body is dark like a rain cloud, and you wear clothing that is bright and shining like lightning. Gunjavatansa Paripichala Sanmukaya. And decorating your beautiful smiling face, there are twigs and other flowers and gunja berries. Lakshmash Vanyasa Jakavala Vekta Vishana Venu. And you're going into the forest. And your beautiful face is adorned with the flute to your lips. Lakshmashya Nirupade Pasupangajaya. And surrounded by your cowherd boy friends, cows, you are walking, roaming in the forest. And your feet are making imprints into the earth. And these footprints are worshipped by Lakshmi herself. Instead Brahma is praying, and he quotes many other nice verses. He says, Jnane prayasam udapasya namanteva jivanti sanmukaritam. He says, Jnane prayasam udapasya namanteva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadiya vartam sthane stitam sutigatam tanuvan manobir ya ye prayasa ajita ajita apitaischri lokyam. He says, oh, give up the endeavor for jnana, mundane knowledge. And jnana prayasam udapasya namanteva, and simply, oh my Lord, want to engage one's time in glorifying one's body, mind and words, speaking your Harikatha, glorifying you. Situated in whatever position they are. Sthane sitam, shutigatam tanuvan manobir. Whichever place, whether if you are grihastha, you are grihastha. If you are brahmachari, say brahmachari. If you are sannyas, say sannyas. But really maintain sadhu sangha, always remaining in the association of the Vaishnavas. Stay there. Glorify the Lord. Engage your body, mind and words in His devotional service. Then that Lord who is Ajita, is unconquerable, He will become Jita. He is known as Ajita throughout the three worlds. No one can conquer Him. He is Supreme Lord Himself. But He will become conquered by your love if you engage in devotional service in this way. Jnana Shunya Bhakti. Pure devotion free from any tinges of jnana. And then he condemns the process of jnana. Shreya Shitim Bhakti Udapasyate Vigu. Ye Klishyanti Ye Kevala Bodha Labdaya. And then he says, Stula Tusha Vagatina. So the process of jnana is like thrashing empty husks of rice, empty husks of grain. When we want grain, we go to the supermarket and we buy a packet of atta. And we come here and we make our chapatis or bread. But you know how much hard work it is to create that grain? First you have to plow the fields, till the fields, plant. You have to get wheat kernels and you have to plant them into the ground with your hand. After that, you have to give a proper. The wheat grows in this time in the cold season only. When it's very, very cold like this, now the wheat crops will grow very nicely. If there's no nice cold season, no cold weather, then the wheat it cannot grow. And now this is the last chance for wheat crops to become healthy and strong. The winter so far has been very, very warm. Now that it's becoming cold, it became cold since yesterday. Now there is some hope that the farmers have some hope. Oh, now our wheat will grow. So during this cold season, then after they planted the seed, and now the wheat will start growing. Once the wheat grows, it comes a proper height, and all the wheat kernels manifest in the wheat. Then they have to cut the wheat, and put it in bundles. Then they have to carry that back. Then they have to thrash the wheat. They have to beat it. So all the wheat kernels that are inside the wheat separate from the husks. Then come out of the wheat. Then they have to collect all that. And after that, then they package it, and then you grind it. Then you grind it and you get the flour. So it takes such a long time. And in a year, how many crops of wheat will you have? How many harvests can you have? So it only happens in the cold season. So that is very difficult, hard work. Because earlier we heard that how Gurudev, he will maybe hear again. Gurudev, he was helping his father. He would thrash whole, I forget how much, but he said in one day Gurudev would finish thrashing all the wheat. They were so strong. But it's hard work. But Brahma says that the thrashing of, but why will you do such hard work to get the wheat get the grain, get the wheat out of the husks? But if there's no wheat inside the husk, then why would you beat them? Why would you do all that hard work? Cutting it and then smashing, beating it? There's nothing inside. You don't see the farmers that go cutting straw and thrashing straw. Such a lot of hard work endeavor. So the Brahma says the process of jnana is like this. That you are smashing, you're thrashing these empty husks, but there's no fruit, there's no gain. It's only hard to Shavagatina. It is only hard endeavor. Krishanti Kevala Bodalabde. It is only Klesha Asotesula. Only one kind of klesh. Hard endeavor, suffering only. Ultimately, the Mayavadis and impersonalists, they say Atyanta Dukkha Nivritti iti Mukti. Liberation means to be free from all suffering, all misery. That is the aim and goal. But Bhagavatam said otherwise. That he said that Muktir hit anyata rupa swarupena vivastiti. To give up all other forms and become situated in one's Siddha Swarup, that is called Mukti, real liberation. So, the path of impersonal knowledge, or Gyan, without devotion, Gyan without devotion will not lead, does not lead to Bhakti. To clearly understand, the yoga is a ladder, it is a system that leads from one to another. So in other words, karma yoga will lead to Gyan yoga, Gyan yoga will lead to Bhakti yoga. But just Gyan on itself, just karma on itself, they don't lead anywhere. Karma will lead you where? To suffering. From karma, you'll get the reactions of your results of your action. If you do pious activities, then you accumulate punya. But even if you want to do pious activities, punya karma, pious karma, you'll have to take shelter of the Vedas itself. And then there will be some devotion involved in that. Because karma that is prescribed in the Vedas is always directed at trying to lead you towards a higher destination. It is a ladder. So, when we say karma, we're really talking about sakam karma, selfish activities. They're not pious activities. So the only result of karma is actually you go to hell. You will suffer. You perform sinful activities, and then you go to hell and you have to suffer for that. And depending on whatever you perform in this world, you may get some temporary result and fruit from that. Some remuneration for your work. People, they become happy by doing that. Oh, I received some money. I have done this, I have done that. And they try to enjoy. So, by doing just karma, even if you're very careful, you think, I'll not do any sinful activities, I'll do honest work. But the Bhagavad Gita says, no. That there are 5 kinds of sins that are performed unknowingly. And because of these sins, you have to go to hell. There are 5 places where you kill living entities unknowingly. One is the water pot. When you fill water into your pot, there may be an ant or any other bug inside the water pot. You don't see it, you fill the water, you've killed the insect. Now you're a killer. You've taken the life of another living entity. It's a sin. You have to go to hell for that. Another place is with the broom. You're brooming outside your house. How many insects are there? You don't see. You kill so many all the time. Then another place is the fire pit. The fire pit, you light the fire, how many insects are burning there? Get burnt to ashes. Then the third place, the mortar. The grinding mortar. You're grinding so many things, and while grinding so many insects that get smashed in there. And the fifth place is the pestle. You take a pestle and you're smashing spices, then you kill insects there also. So this Bhagavatam talks about the 5 sins that are performed unknowingly. And for this there is a special kind of prayaschitta, atonement that you have to do to save yourself from these sins. And that is described in the Vedic literature. So karma does not lead anywhere. It only leads to suffering. So much suffering. And Gyan in itself also does not lead anywhere. Gyan, at the topmost by performing Gyan you may realize, you may rise above the 3 modes of material nature. You may have some kind of Brahma Darsana, or Paramatma Darsana, but there is no devotion in that. And even if you want to have true realization of Brahma and Paramatma, then again there has to be some kind of mercy, some kind of kripa has to come anyway in that form. But real karma, in other words, karma yoga, that is done in connection with the Vedas, under the guidance of the scriptures, under the under the guidance of the Lord. That karma yoga will lead you to Jnana yoga. Otherwise, when you perform Nishkam karma yoga, that you perform your duties, all your activities as a matter of a duty, and that fruit is offered to the Lord. Then in the mood of Nishkam karma yoga, then you can make some elevation, you can make some advancement. Like, simple example would be like Sakam karma, Nishkam karma yoga. Someone is elected into office. And here in there, he's elected into office, now he's a great politician, he's the Prime Minister, or he's the President. And at any opportunity, he's taking money and he's putting it into his account. And when he leaves office, then he leaves in a big car and he has so many possessions, this and that. He's been accumulating, he's been enjoying the fruits of his work. There's another person who is completely Nishkam. He comes into office with one briefcase and he leaves the office with one briefcase. He never touches anything. Why? He understands the money is not mine. This is the money of the state. This is for the people. My job is only to manage the state. Like in India, the famous Muslim president, his name was Abdul Kalam. He was always the president. He came into office carrying one briefcase, he left with carrying out one briefcase. He didn't touch anything. Even though he was a Muslim, but he was pious in that way. Even the current Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, all his salary he doesn't take a single rupee of the money. He offers it all to charity. So this kind of Nishkam karma, not just doing it in the sense of duty. Oh, this is my duty, I should serve. And not taking the fruits of that resolve. Avoiding that. Offering it. So, if you perform Nishkam karma yoga, you perform your work and you're offering the fruits to the Lord, then slowly your heart will become purified. Then there will come karma sannyas yoga. You will perform the Gita describes, you will perform activities giving up the process of karma. Then you come to Jnana yoga, where you meditate on spirit, meditate on the super soul in the heart, meditate on the impersonal Brahman, and this way you understand what is matter, what is spirit, and you disassociate yourself with everything mundane, and you contemplate the temporary nature of this world and the eternal nature of spirit. This way you develop jnana, realization. You become a jnani. Then, from that position, then one gives up the process of jnana, then one comes to the process of bhakti yoga. And we can say like the four Kumaras, they were in knowledge, they had realization of Brahma realization. But by smelling the Chandan Tulsi, that was on the lotus feet of Lord Narayan, they became attracted and they became restless. They couldn't meditate anymore. They went searching, looking for that fragrance. And it led them all the way to Vaikuntha. And they became great devotees there. So Jnana Yoga leads to Bhakti Yoga. Therefore the yoga system is described to be a ladder, one after another. And in Karma Yoga and in Jnana Yoga there is some element of devotion. Therefore the word yoga is attached there. Yoga means the Atma in act of devotion is uniting with the Lord. Then it's called yoga. It's union. Yoga means union. So Karma Yoga means uniting with the Lord through the process of karma. Jnana Yoga means uniting with the Lord through the process of jnana. But ultimately, we know that if one wants to unite with the Lord in his personal features, Bhagavan, then Vadanti tat viras tattvam jnana madvayam brahmeti paramatmeti Bhagavan iti shabdite. That one will have to approach him through the process of loving devotion. Krishna has said this in the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam here and there. He says that Na sankyam dharma uddhava yata bhakti mamorjita. He says that all these other processes, they're not effective in achieving me, like the process of pure devotion. Yatha bhakti mamurjita. So he said that really the process of devotion is the ultimate way to achieve the Lord. In the Gita in many places it says that tapasvi adhiko yogi jnani vyopi matodika karmibhyas adhiko yogi tasmad yogi bhavarjuna yoginam api sarvesham madgatayana antaratma shaddavam bhajate yomam same yukta matomata. The greater than the tapasvi is the yogi, the bhakti yogi. Greater than the jnani, greater than the karmi is the devotee. Therefore, tasmad yogi bhavarjuna, Arjuna, therefore become a yogi, become a devotee, bhakta. And yoginam api sarvesham madgatayana antara. Out of all yogis, out of all you, yoginam api sarvesham madgatayana antaratma. Who within his heart, he has fixed me as his ultimate goal. Shraddhavam bhajate yoma. And with love and devotion, he worships me. Bhajate means bhajan, worship, loving devotion. Same yukta matomata. He is the greatest in my opinion, Krishna said. So, this process of jnana, process of karma, they don't lead anywhere. They only lead to suffering. So Brahma said, I was very, very... In other words, he's saying that I was before very proud of my learning. And I tried to, with the process of jnana, I tried to understand you, my Lord. I think, who is this coward boy? How can he be the Supreme Personality of Godhead? He's playing with his friends here, and he's eating on the bank of the Yamuna, and they are doing like ordinary children. How can this be God? This is how the jnanis, the impersonalists, they have this conception. They look at everything, they analyze everything, and then based on the analysis, they come to a conclusion. It's a little bit like scientists who take up the empirical method. Whatever information they receive through their senses, they perform some test, and then they come to a conclusion. This is this is that. And if something is that is not there, that is beyond their senses, and they don't accept. And this way they produce and they show so much false information. So this is the empirical method. So jnana is a little bit like that. Neti. This is not perfect. This is not perfect. Not this, not that. And look at everything. Oh, this cannot be spirit. This is not spirit. This is not. All imperfections everywhere. Finally they say neti. This is not it. This is not. This is not. This is not. Finally they are left with nothing. Like if you take a cabbage, to start peeling off the layers. Take off one leaf. Take off the next leaf. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. And finally in the end, when you remove all the leaves, you're left with nothing in the middle. That's what the Mayavadis say, like onion. You start peeling all this layers of the onion off, in the end, in the middle, what do you get? Nothing. So when you remove all the different coverings, all the material coverings in this world, then what happens? Then you realize that everything is nothing. Sarva kalva idam brahma. There's nothing, there's no substance to this universe, there's nothing there. That is their philosophy. And they say, therefore we are also nothing. We are that Brahma. They say, and they give so much illogic, this and that. Gatakash. You see the pot? You take a pot, clay pot. And then the clay pot is like the jiva. And this earth, this ether, this space is like Brahma. So wherever the space inside the clay pot is trapped. So the jiva is trapped inside this body, inside this maya. But when you break this clay pot, then what happens? The space that is inside the clay pot, it merges and mixes with the universal space. It's not trapped anymore. So as long as you think that as long as you're in maya, and then you are bound by the three modes of material nature, you are bound by karma, you are suffering here. But when you realize that you are that Brahma, you smash, you go beyond all of this illusion, this covering, this maya, then you become that Brahma. Gatakash. And they give so much illogic, they give so many other reasonings. They say, In Jaivedharma in 18th chapter is all described there. He said that Brahma is but like a reflection. Maya is a reflection of Brahma. But it is not true. When you realize, when you look beyond that reflection, you see that there is actually, Maya is just, it is just temporary. You are also, the Jiva is a reflection of that Brahma. We are reflected in this Maya. But when we only is part and part. When you realize that you are part of Brahma, then you leave this world. Or you are only in a dream-like state. You are dreaming everything here. When you wake up from your dream, then you again merge into Brahma. But the problem with all these illogical examples is that in the philosophy of Brahmavad, there is only one Vastu, that is Brahma. One object. There is no two. So where did the Jiva come from? Where did Maya come from? Why are you talking about Maya? If Brahma is Nishakti, why are you always talking about Maya? There is no Maya, it's only Brahma. No, the Jiva is, due to avidya, he becomes covered by Maya. What Maya? You said there's only Brahma. Why are you bringing Maya into the conclusion, into the picture, into the equation? There is no Maya. There is no Jiva, there's only Brahma. Because they're living in a world of duality, and they have to use examples that contain duality in them to try to explain a monistic philosophy. And this is where their explanations, they break down, they fall apart. Because we're living in a world of duality, so there's obvious duality. There's bed, obvious bed, nitya bed. Madhvacharya said 5 eternal differences. Brahma and Maya, Brahma and Jiva, Jiva and Jiva, and Maya. 5 eternal bed. But they're saying, no, this is all just a mistake. You've been mistaken, it's all illusion. These differences don't exist there. When you realize it is all an illusion, then you realize there's only Brahma. But here again you're saying, when you realize, means there's a subject. And you realize what? It's all an illusion. Where did illusion come from? Where did you come from? There's only Brahma. So, the examples they take shelter of mundane language. And using logic they try to explain. Finally in the end they say, it is anirvachaniya. It is inexplainable. You cannot describe it by words. That is their loophole. Their ticket. Ticket they have to escape out of any logical argument. It is anirvachaniya. It cannot be described. No, it can be described. You're trying to describe something that doesn't exist, therefore it cannot be described. Therefore it is anirvachaniya, because your philosophy is bogus, it is made up. Therefore it is anirvachaniya. It is inexplainable. But Bhagavan did not say it anirvachaniya, he said it is achintya. It's inconceivable. How the Jiva is simultaneously one and different from the Lord, how the Lord is simultaneously one and different from his Maya Shakti, this is inconceivable. Like we were hearing yesterday, Kurunipa was explaining that there are 5 beds. Swagat bed, Swajatiya bed, Vijatiya bed. So, the Mayavadi said that these beds, they cannot exist in Brahma. They cannot, because of these beds, they say Mayavadi said these 3 kind of differences exist. They say there's Swajatiya bed, Vijatiya bed. So, but Jiva Goswami said that no, these beds, they do not exist in Bhagavan himself. Therefore he is simultaneously one and different. There is oneness and there is difference. And in that Swagat bed, they say, we see that there is some difference between the Bhagavan and his own form. His toe is different from his head. His arms are different from his legs. There are many dualities in his form. So, how can the Lord be Advaya Gyan Paratattva? How can he be the one non-dual absolute truth? How can he be non-dual if there is duality in him? And you see, and his Swajati bed throughout all of his expansions, he is different from his expansions. So how is the absolute truth non-dual? And especially Vijati, especially with those, with the Jiva and Maya, Bhagavan, Jiva and Maya is separate from the Lord. So how is it all one non-dual absolute truth? We see their jivas, we see there is Maya, we see their expansion of the Lord, we see there's difference in the body of the Lord Himself. But then Jiva Goswami said, no, the Swajati Vijatiya, Swagat Swajati Vijatiya Bed Rohit. No, in the non-dual absolute truth there is none of these beds exist. And he gives a pramana examples. In Swagat bed, for instance, he says, Angani yas sakilendi vritti manti pasyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti. Ananya chinmaya sarujvala vigrahasya govinda mari purushantam aham pujami. To any of his senses, Bhagavan can perform any of his functions. Through his eyes he can eat. When Sakshi Gopal was brought from South India to Jagannath Puri, they would carry bhog to Jagannath there. And when they would go past the Sakshi Gopal Mandir, Gopal with his eyes would eat all the bhog before it reached Jagannath. Jagannath became very upset. Hey, Pati Purushottam Jan, who did you bring here? Can you take this Gopal, take him away from me, he's eating all my bhog. And then Jagannath and this Gopal had a big fight. That's why Jagannath sent him out. Don't stay here anymore. He sent him outside the Puri there. Because with his eyes he was eating everything. So this proves there is no Swagat bed. There is no bed in him. In Swajatiya bed, again in Brahma Sangha he said, Devi Parchit Eva Dasyam Dasantaram Abhyupatya. With one flame we light a candle. And with that we can light so many candles. And that fire becomes one. But it all originated from the same original fire. So, because all of these Vishnus, all these incarnations of the Lord, they are originated from the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. They are one in Tattva. And they are not different from Him. So by quality they are exactly the same. They are all Vishnu Tattva. Like one candle, one flame, you light so many candles, that fire is one, it's the same. There is no difference in between them. In that way there is no Swajatiya bed either. In Vijatiya bed we know that Shakti Matara bed. Now like we heard, there's no difference between Bhagavan and his Shaktis. Like fire and heat. Can you separate fire and heat? Can you separate light from fire? Can you separate its heat from the fire? Is the fire ever cooling? No. And? Or musk in its scent? Can I separate? Mayavadi says though, can you separate the color white from milk? Therefore you cannot separate the jiva from Brahma. So I'll take the same example. Can you separate the color white from the milk? Can you separate the jiva and Maya from Bhagavan? You cannot separate. They are connected, interrelated. Yes, and also like Mahavishnu, all the planets they come out of his body, but even while the planets are separate from him, he's in full control of those planets. But then by his will they all enter back into his body again. So then they're not separate from him. There is no bed there. Like when we sweat, then our sweat leaves our body. There's a clear distinction between us and the sweat. Once it comes out of our body, there is an eternal difference between us and that drop of sweat. Our body and that sweat, they are no longer connected anymore. We cannot say that I am that sweat. You can say it's my sweat, but you cannot say that I am that sweat. It is now eternally separated from you. When Mahavishnu sweats, in other words, all the material universes come out of his skin pores. It's not like our sweat that he has lost control over it. No, he wants, he will pull all those universes back into his body. So, these are the different kinds of different